exactly. Mr. Summerhayes, your responsibility for APRA is life, general and private health insurance issues. Is that correct?
That's correct, Senator.
How long you worked for APRA?
How long have I? It'll be 3 years at the end of this year, Senator.
And you used to work for Suncorp, correct?
That is correct.
What was your position at Suncorp?
I was Chief Executive of the life insurance business.
Okay. Did you apply for the job at APRA? How did you come to get employed at APRA?
Yeah, I was approached by a headhunter.
By a headhunter. When you were in charge of, you were chairman of the Guardian Financial Planning Division at Suncorp, correct?
That is correct.
The corporate regulator ASIC disciplined it for breaches involving poor supervision of employees, weaknesses in controls and deficient advice. Is that correct?
That is correct.
You were named as the recipient of an external report on the Guardian, I think carried out by PricewaterhouseCoopers.
Well, that was as reported recently in Fairfax Media.
That's right. Was that the case?
Well, there was a number of reports, Senator, but I can't comment specifically on the report that was referred to in the media, because that's going back some 3 to 4 years, and I was unclear as to what, and I don't have access to that material, so I'm unclear as to what that specific report was.
Well, see, I have a problem because you were chair of Guardian Financial Planning. At that time, one Guardian advisor, Andrew Moroney, you're familiar with him?
Not personally, no.
Was banned for life in February 2016 due to the extent of the churning activities between 2006 and 2014 at the organisation where you were a senior officer and you're actually chair of that financial advice sector. Now, this has been brought out in the Royal Commission, of course. You now have the responsibility for life and general insurance. So what I'm saying is, under your watch, some of the people under you were doing the wrong thing in financial planning, and here's one that's banned for life, for churning. We know why they churn, 120% commission when they write the policy. So in your position now, what experience are you going to take from your previous job to use that experience to do your job better for the responsibilities you have here?
Well, Senator, one of the advantages for the APRA executive is that we have a range of backgrounds, industry experience is certainly advantageous in that regard, and I have quite a deal of knowledge about the industry, and I, as it relates to that issue, we have been very active with ASIC, who has primary responsibility for some of the matters that you refer to in terms of initiatives relating to the life insurance committee, as life insurance industry, as you would be familiar with from the PJC hearings that Senator, you participated in, we presented to. So there, we have been very concerned about the issues in the sector, about the governance of the sector, about some of the conduct in the sector, and we have supported ASIC in their reforms of the sector around remuneration, around conflicts and around professional standards in the advice industry.
Well, that's good to hear. My final question is, were you concerned about that behaviour when you were the boss in Suncorp? Absolutely,
Senator, and ASIC found those issues as part of a broader industry-wide review. We welcomed the findings. We made sure that we appointed appropriately independent people outside of the business to oversee those matters, including the Chief Risk Officer and the General Counsel of the organisation at the time. We appointed independent experts. We made a number of executive changes with remuneration consequences. We appointed an independent person to manage that and oversight and remediate where was required. And while those matters have been completed since I left that organisation, my understanding from ASIC is that they have been completed to the satisfaction of ASIC.
Why did it go on for so long under your watch? For example, that bloke I mentioned, churning from 2006 to 2014, you were there from 2008 to 2015. Were you aware of this behaviour?
Senator, I am not specifically aware of the advisor you referred to's individual behaviour. There was, within that business, it was a part of a broader group. I'm aware of the actions that were taken against that advisor. My understanding is that, in fact, evidence from clients was very difficult to obtain, and we had some difficulty in clients coming forward to build the case against that advisor, because we are ultimately concerned in having that advisor banned from the industry.
Well, given the Royal Commission, I hope you're more aware quickly over time, a period of time. You hasten to be more aware of the wrongdoings that have been highlighted, given the time it took you to be aware of it in your previous job. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you, Senator Williams. Senator Ketter.